Gentlemen, I pray you tell me where a gentle maiden dwelleth named Yum Yum, the waterfall fall. In pity speak, oh speak, I pray you.
Why, who are you who ask this question?
Come, gather round me, and I'll tell you. A wandering minstrel I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby, and dreamy lullaby. Are you in sentimental mood? I'll sigh with you. Oh, sorrow, sorrow. The patriotic sentiment is wanted, and patriotic ballads cut and dried. For wherever a country's banner may be planted, all of the local banners are defied. All warriors and serried ranks assembled, never quail or they conceal it if they do. And I shouldn't be surprised if nations tremble before the mighty troops, the troops of Tip-Tip-Boo. We shouldn't be surprised if nations tremble with the Lord before the mighty troops, the troops of Tip-Tip-Boo. A wandering minstrel I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby, and dreamy lullaby.
And what may be your business with the Yum Yum?
I'll tell you. A year ago, I was a member of the Titipu Town Band. While taking the cap round for contributions, I saw Yum Yum. We loved each other at once, but she was betrothed to her guardian, Coco, a cheap tailor. In despair, I quitted the town. When I heard a month ago that Coco had been condemned to death for flirting, I hurried back.
It is true that Coco was condemned to death, for flirting is a capital offense, a cause of great dismay throughout the land. So he was reprieved and raised to the exalted rank of Lord High Executioner, for he said, who's next to be decapitated cannot cut off another's head until he's cut his own off, his own off, until he's cut his own off.
But how good of you, a nobleman of the highest rank, to tell all this to me, a mere strolling player.
Don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-Adamite ancestral descent. I was born sneering, but I mortify my pride continually. When all the great officers of state resigned in a body because they were too proud to serve under an ex-tailor, did I not accept all their posts at once, and at a salary, a pooh-bah paid for his services? But I do it. It revolts me, but I do it.
And it does you credit.
But I don't stop at that. I retail state secrets at a low figure. Any further information about Yum Yum would come under the head of a state secret. Another insult. And I think a light one. Ah, here he comes. Follow me.
Behold the Lord High Executioner, our personage of noble rank and title, a dignified and potent officer, whose functions are particularly vital. He burns to the noble Lord, to the noble Lord, to the Lord High Executioner.
Gentlemen, I'm much touched by this reception. If I should ever be called upon to act professionally, I am happy to think that there will be no difficulty in finding plenty of people whose loss will be a distinct gain to society at large. As someday it may happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground and who never would be missed, There's the pestilential nuisances who write for autographs, all people who have flabby hands and irritating laughs, and all children who are up in dates and floor you with them flat, and all persons who in shaking hands shake hands with you like that, and all third persons who on spoiling tete-a-tetes insist, they'd none of them be missed.
He's got 'em on the list, he's got 'em on the list, and none of them be missed, they'll none of them be missed.
There's the banjo serenader and the others of his race, and the piano organist. I've got him on the list. And the people who eat peppermint and puff it in your face, they never would be missed. And the idiot who praises with enthusiastic tone all centuries but this and every country but his own. And the lady from the provinces who dresses like a guy and who doesn't think she dances but would rather like to try. And that singular anomaly, the girl who's never kissed. I don't think she'd be missed. I'm sure she'd not be missed.
He's got her on the list, and I don't think she'll be missed. I'm sure she'll not be missed.
And that nice-hyprious nuisance, who just now is rather ripe, the judicial humorist. I've got him on the list. All funny fellows, comic men, and clowns of private life. They'd none of them be missed. An apologetic statesman of a compromising kind, such as, what do you call him, thingamabob, and likewise, never mind. And, tut, and what's his name? And, well, you know who. The task of filling up the blanks I'd rather leave to you, for it really doesn't matter whom you put upon the list, for they'd none of them be missed.
You may put 'em on the list, and none of them be missed, they'll none of them be missed.
Oh, Pooh-Bah, in connection with my approaching marriage, I want to consult you as to the amount I ought to spend.
Speaking as your private secretary, I should say that as the city will have to pay for it, don't stint yourself. Do it well. But of course you will understand that as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I'm bound to see that due economy is observed.
Oh, but you just said now, don't stint yourself. Do it well.
As private secretary.
And now you say that due economy must be observed.
As Chancellor of the Exchequer.
I see. Come over here where the Chancellor can't hear us. Now, as my solicitor, what would you advise?
Chancellor.
Thanks, I will.
If it were not that as Lord Chief Justice I am bound to see that the law isn't violated.
That's extremely awkward.
I don't say that all these distinguished people couldn't be squared.
The matter shall have my careful consideration.
My bride and her sisters.
Any little compliment, such as an abject grovel in a characteristic Japanese attitude, would be esteemed a favor.
No money, no grovel.
Nobody thinks we care for none. Life is a joke that's just begun. Read the nation school. Read the nation, all unwary, come from a lady seminary. Read the genius to Larry. Read the nation school. Read the nation school. One little maid is a bride, young. Two little maids in attendance come. Three little maids to social slum. Three little maids from school. From three little maids take one away. If little maids remain and stay, won't have to wait very long, they say. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who all unwary come from a ladies' seminary. Three little genius to Larry. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school.
Young, I've sought you for 3 weeks in the belief that your guardian was beheaded, and I find you're about to be married to him this afternoon.
I love him.
But you do not love him.
Alas, no.
Nor did I rapture. But why do you not refuse him?
What good would that do? He wouldn't let me marry you, a wandering minstrel who plays a wind instrument.
What if it should prove that I am no musician?
There! I was certain of it directly I heard you play.
What if I should be no other than the son of His Majesty, the Mikado?
The son of the Mikado! But why is your highness disguised?
Katishaw, an elderly lady of my father's court, misconstrued my customary affability into expressions of affection, and claimed me in marriage under my father's law. My father ordered me to marry her within a week, or perish. That night I fled, and assuming the disguise of a second trombone, I joined the band when I had the happiness of seeing you.
Oh, your highness had better not come too near. The law against flirting is excessively severe.
Do take the law.
I wish it would, but it won't.
If it were not for the law, we would now be sitting with our arms round each other's waists. Like that.
Oh, as it is, of course, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
Not for worlds.
Oh, in spite of all temptation, such a thing will not discuss, and on no consideration will I kiss you fondly thus. Will I kiss you fondly thus? let me make it clear to you. This is what I'll never do. This, oh this, oh this, oh this. This is what I'll never do. I'll never do. Oh this, this. Is what I'll never
Yum, yum. To think how my happiness is wrapped up in that little parcel. Really, it hardly seems worthwhile. Oh, matrimony. Oh, now then, Pooh-Bah, what is it? Can't you see I'm soliloquizing?
I am the bearer of a letter from His Majesty the Mikado.
The Mikado? What in the world can he have to say to me? The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Tickney for a year, and decrees that unless somebody is beheaded within 1 month, the post of Lord High Executioner shall be abolished. Well, there's no help for it. I shall have to execute somebody at once. The only question is, who shall it be?
You're already under sentence of death for flirting. Everything seems to point to you.
What are you talking about? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Well, because in the first place, it's an extremely difficult, not to say dangerous thing to attempt. Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head.
A man might try. I'm afraid that unless you can obtain a substitute...
A substitute? Nothing easier. I appoint you Lord High Substitute.
Such an appointment would realize my fondest dreams. But no, I must set bounds to my insatiable ambition. Goodbye.
This is simply appalling. I, who allowed myself to be respited and required to die within a month. Simply appalling. Who are you?
I'm Lanky Pooh.
What are you going to do with that rope?
I'm about to terminate an unendurable existence.
What for?
Because you're going to marry the girl I adore.
Nonsense. Desist at once or I summon my God.
If you raise an alarm, I instantly perform the happy dispatch with this dagger.
Stop! How dare you? Are you aware that you're committing a crime? A crime which... Oh, the substitute. Is it absolutely certain that you are resolved to die? Will nothing shake your resolution?
Nothing. My mind is made up.
Then don't spoil yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded handsomely at the hands of the public executioner.
I don't see how that would benefit me.
You don't? You'll have a month to live. When the time comes, there'll be a grand public ceremony. No one will attempt to deprive you of that distinction. You will be the central figure. There'll be a procession, bands, dead march, yum-yum distracted. And then when it's all over, a display of fireworks. You won't see them, but they'll be there.
I should be sorry to cause her pain. I'll tell you how we'll manage it. Let me marry Yum-Yum, and in a month you may behead me.
How can I consent when I'm going to marry her myself?
You'll be a widow in a month.
That's true, of course, but my position during the next month will be most unpleasant.
Not half so unpleasant as mine at the end of it.
Yes, but... Oh, very well, I agree. But you won't prejudice her against me, will you? She's been taught to regard me as a wise and good man, and I shouldn't like her views on that point disturbed.
She shall never learn the truth from me.
What you mean to do, we punctually appear.
Congratulate me, gentlemen, I found a volunteer. His Lanky Pooh, I think he'll do He yields his life if I'll yum surrender. Now I adore that girl with passion tender, and could not yield her with a ready will, or her a lot, if I did not adore myself with passion tenderest with passion take her, she's yours.
As in a month you've got to die, if Coco tells us true. 'Twere empty compliment to cry long life to Nanky Poo. But as 1 month you have to live as fellow citizens, this toast with 3 times 3 will give long life. Long life to you, long life to you, long life to you. Till then.
Yum, yum, you look lovely. Yes, I am indeed beautiful. And it be vanity? No, nature is lovely and rejoices in her loveliness. I am a child of nature, and she calls me mother. The sun whose rays are all ablaze with ever-living glory does not deny his majesty. He scorns to tell a story. He won't explain, I blush for shame, so I will be indulgent. But fierce and bold in fiery gold, he glories all effulgent. I mean to rule the earth as in the sky. We really know the sun and I mean to rule the earth as in the sky. We really know our worth, the sun and I. Observe his flame that hath a dame, the moon's celestial highness. There's not a trace upon her face of diffidence or shyness. She goes like them through the night, and we all asleep her. And truth to tell, she lights up well, so I for one don't blame her. Pray make no mistake, we are not shy, we're very wide awake, the moon and I. Pray make no mistake, we are not shy, we're very wide awake, the moon. I believe I am the very happiest girl in Japan.
Yes, in all the perfection.
In all of what perfection?
Well, dear, the fact that your husband is to be beheaded in a month does seem to take the top off it, you know.
If my married happiness is to be... Oh, can't you let me forget it?
Yum Yum in tears and with her wedding wine?
They've been reminding me that in a month you ought to be beheaded.
How some bridegrooms would be depressed by this sort of thing. There. Oh, Coco. Oh, go on. Don't mind me. I'm afraid we're distressing you. Never mind. I must get used to it. Come, bear up. It's only for a month. It's no use deluding myself. My little bride I was to have been. You never can be mine.
Oh, I'm so glad.
By the Ricardo's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive. Buried alive? The most unpleasant death. But this law has never been put into force. Not yet.
Darling, I love you with all my heart. Oh, my own. I have no idea, Ted, that I should have to be buried alive.
Nor I.
It's such a stuffy death.
It's a beast of a death.
Here's a howdy-do. If I marry you, make your diamond come to perish. That's what makes you perish must be possible. Here's a howdy-do. Here's a howdy-do.
Dear pretty mess, in a month or less, I must die without a wedding. Let the bitter tears I'm shedding ease my distress. Here's a pretty mess. Here's a pretty mess.
Here's the state of things. To her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion. Very ill it brings. Here's the state of things. Here's the state of things. If what I say is true, there's death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things. A pretty state of things. Here's a howdy-do. Here's a howdy-do. If what I say is true, I cannot gently marry you. It's so pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do.
My poor boy, I'm sorry for you, but you shan't be done out of a wedding. You should come to mine.
Well, that's impossible. Today I perform the Happy Dispatch.
No, stop. I can't allow that.
Why not?
If you kill yourself, what'll become of me? I shall have to be executed in your place. Now then, Lord Mayor, what is it?
Oh, the Mikado is approaching the city.
The Mikado. Now, this is getting serious. As a man of honor, you are bound to die ignominiously at the hands of the public executioner.
Very well. Behead me.
What, now?
Chop it off, Joker. Chop it off.
I don't go about prepared to execute gentlemen at a moment's notice. I can't kill anything.
I don't mind. Why should you? Sooner or later, it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure. Why should I kill you when making an affidavit that you've been executed will do? There are plenty of witnesses.
Where?
There.
I do understand that all of us high officers of state are to perjure ourselves.
Why not? You'll be grossly insulted, as usual.
Cash down or affidavit.
Ready money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ah, family pride. How do you like that,
Life without Yum Yum.
Oh, bother Yum Yum. Take Yum Yum. The Archbishop of City Pool will marry you at once. Only go away and never come back anymore.
But I'm to be buried alive.
Don't ask any questions. Here comes the Mikado. If he finds you alive, I'll have difficulty in persuading him I beheaded you.
From every kind of man obedience I expect. I the Emperor of Japan. And I'm his sovereign elect. He's not his God, he's only God. Who is sovereign God, he's next. My nature is love and light, my freedom from all defect. He is insignificant, quite compared with his sovereign elect. A boy you mean Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody's second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my humanity endeavor to make to some extent each evil liver a running river of harmless merit. My object holds sublime, I shall achieve in time to let the punishment hit the crime, the punishment hit the crime, and make it prisoner parent and willingly represent the souls of innocent merry men, of innocent merry men. Also the young society who chatter and bleat and bore are sent to hear sermons from mystical Germans who preach from 10 till 4. The amateur tenor whose vocal villains full desire to jerk till during off hours exhibit his powers to match the sword's back work. The village scarf whom anyone catches his doom's extremely hard. He's made to dwell in a dungeon cell on a sword, and there he plays extravagant matches in pitiless fingers falls on a cloth untrue with a twisted hue and elliptical billiard balls. My object holds the crime. I shall achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime. The punishment fits the crime. And make it fit the crime until he rests his head. The source of years and daring, of years and daring.
I am honored in being permitted to welcome your majesty. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution.
Yes, the coroner has just handed me a certificate.
I am the coroner.
At Titipu, in the presence of the Lord Chief Justice, Lord Chancellor, group of the backstairs.
They were all present, Your Majesty. I count.
Very good.
Tough fellow, too, Your Majesty. It was a remarkable scene.
Describe it.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. He was frightful, frantic, fearful, frowned. I bared my big right arm. I seized him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and gurgled, I drew my snigger snee. My snigger snee. Oh, never shall I forget the cry or the shriek that shrieked as I gnashed my teeth when from their teeth I drew my snicker snee.
Although you'd have said that Kane was dead, the owner then was he. Put on its neck with a smile well bred, and bowed 3 times to me. It was none of your impudent offs and nods, but as humble as could be. For it clearly knew the deference due to a man of Oh, my vow, this deathly vow, was touching sight to see. So trunkless, yet he couldn't forget the deference due to me.
He takes the truth and behind his name. That makes the days in all the things exactly as he said.
Very interesting. But they came about a totally different method. A year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, bolted from our imperial court.
Indeed? Had he any reason to be dissatisfied?
None whatever. I was going to marry him, yet he fled.
From one so long.
That's not true. My face is unattractive, but my left elbow has a fascination you can resist.
Yet he fled?
Yes. Now, would it be too much if I asked you to produce him? He goes by the name of Natty.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. It's rather difficult. He's gone abroad.
His address.
Kansas City.
Oh, see here on the certificate. His name, Nanky Pooh, beheaded this morning. Oh, where shall I find another?
Oh, dear. Here is
I beg your pardon.
We really hadn't the least notion.
Well, of course, if a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as a second trombone, he must take the consequences.
We're much obliged,
Much
Your Majesty.
obliged, Your Majesty.
Don't you? I forget the punishment for accomplishing the death of the heir apparent.
Punishment?
Yes, I know it's something humorous with either boiling oil or melted lead. Oh, but don't fret. I'm not a bit angry. Now, about your execution. Will after luncheon suit you? Can you wait till then?
I don't want any lunch.
I'm really very sorry for you. But virtue is triumphant only in theatrical performance. You are
Well, there's only one thing to be done. Nanky Poo must come to life again. Ah, there he is. Nanky Poo. Congratulations, you're reprieved.
I'm a dead man and I'm off for my honeymoon.
Nonsense. Your father is here with Caddishaw. Well, what's that got to do with it?
Caddishaw claims being married, but I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist upon my execution. And my wife will have to be buried alive.
You see our difficulties, don't you?
There's one chance for you, Coco. If you could persuade Caddishaw to marry you, she would have no further claim on me, and I could come to life again.
I marry Caddishaw?
While Caddishaw is single, I prefer to remain a disembodied spirit. When Caddishaw is married, existence will be as welcome as the flowers in spring. The flowers that bloom in the spring, la-la, we promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, la-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, la-la, of a summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the La 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 la, la 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 la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, la-la, have nothing to do with the cake. I've got to take under my wing, la-la, a most unattractive old thing, la-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say, oh, I sing. Oh, bother the flowers that bloom in the spring. La-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la, bother the flowers of spring.
Alone and yet alive. Oh, sepulchre, my soul is still my body's prisoner. Remote the peace that death alone can give. My doom to wait, my punishment to live. Hearts do not break, they sting and ache, for all sake, but do not die. Though with each breath they long for death, as witnesseth the living eye, the living eye. Oh, living eye, come tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? Why linger here when all is real? Oh, living eye, oh, tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? May not a cheated maiden die. May not a cheated maiden die.
What?
Meow. Kadisha, mercy.
Mercy? Mercy? You have slain my love. He did not love me, but he would have in time. I am an acquired taste. Oh, where shall I find another? Here. What?
Kadisha, for years I've loved you with a white-hot passion that is slowly consuming my very vitals. Oh, shrink not from me.
You dare to address words of passion to the woman you have so foully wronged?
I do. Accept my love or I perish.
Go to. No one ever yet died of a broken heart.
You know not what you say. Listen. On a tree by a river, a little tomtit sang willow, titwillow, titwillow. And I said to him, Dickie bird, why do you sit singing willow, titwillow, titwillow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or a rat of worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, titwillow, titwillow. And a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. He sobbed and he sighed, and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy wave. And an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't willow, titwillow, titwillow. That 'twas blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as he did, and you will know why. Though I probably shall not exclaim as I die, oh, willow, titwillow, titwillow.
Did he really die of love? He really did. And if I refuse you, will you do the same?
At once.
No, anything but that. Oh, I'm a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me. I'm a teeny weeny wee bit bloodthirsty.
Hate you, cat, the shaw. Is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea exactly. There is beauty in the bellow of the blast. There is grandeur in the growling of the gale. There is eloquent outpouring when the lion is a-roaring and the tiger is a-lashing of its tail.
Yes, I like to see a tiger from the Congo or the Niger, and especially when he's lashing up his tail.
Volcanoes have a splendor that is grim, and earthquakes only terrify the dogs. But to him who's scientific, there is nothing that's terrific in the falling of the flight of thunderbolts.
Yes, in spite of all my meekness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for a flight of thunderbolts. If that is so, sing Derry down Derry, it's evident Derry on takes the one. Away we'll go and merrily marry, nor tardily tarry till day is done. There is beauty in extreme old age. Do you fancy you are a lily enough? Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting. Is a maiden all the better when she's come?
Throughout this wide dominion, it's the general opinion that she'll last a good and longer when she's full.
Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Won't you wait till you are 80 in the shade? There's a fascination frantic in a ruin that's romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed?
To the matter that you mention, I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed.
If that is so, sing derry down derry, it's better than berry, a taste of one. Then go and merrily marry, nor tardily tarry till day is done.
Now, we've had a capital lunch, and we're quite ready.
Mercy, mercy for Coco, mercy for Pretty Thing, mercy even for Pooh-Bah.
I beg your pardon. Mercy even for Pooh-Bah.
My husband who has been is dead. I have just married this miserable object.
We were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
I see. But as you have slain the heir apparent...
The heir apparent is not slain.
Bless my heart, my son.
Coco, you traitor! You deceived me!
Yeah. Your Majesty, it's like this. When Your Majesty says that a thing be done, it's as good as done. Your Majesty says kill a gentleman, well, a gentleman is told off to be killed. Consequently, that gentleman is as good as dead. Practically, he is. Well, if he is, why not say so?
I see. Nothing could be more satisfactory.
For you've gone and married Yum Yum. Your anger may vary, for all will be merry. I think you had better to come. Enjoy your confession.
On the subject, I pray you be dumb. Your houses, though many, are not worth a penny. The word for your guidance is mum. You've a very good bargain in me.
The threatened cloud has passed away, for the night may come too soon. And let us fall, with laughing song and